Freedom is something that we all strive for. We want to live our life the way we want it, free of constraint, free of barriers and pressure. But this freedom seems impossible to reach. The modern capitalistic system has created a world where most of us learn or work jobs for corporations that are completely unfulfilling.
This is your life, and it's ending 1 minute at a time.
Often you feel like a slave to the 9 to 5, and even this feeling is capitalized by now, resulting in waking up after a long night or whatever tedious work you were doing just to get a social media post with a Fight Club quote or a bold misogynistic guy shoved in your face. But there's something that can give you some of this freedom that you're looking for: the open road. Just you and your motorcycle. We have all heard of Peter Fonda and Dennis Hopper's characters rebelling against the pressures of society in the 1969 film Easy Rider. Even though the films portrayed issues and the times have changed, it's a story still as prevalent as 50 years ago. I myself was about half a year ago really struggling to find purpose and was really unhappy with how my life in uni was. And it had gotten so bad that making a motorcycle trip to Morocco was mainly about not living under the monotone feeling it was given me. There's, in my opinion, no truer freedom than being out on your bike, choosing your own path, living minimalistically with a tent and a camping cooker, wherever you end up at the end of the day, and continuing to explore the world the next day in whatever direction you choose. There are amazing motorcycles that are designed to do exactly that, with huge price tags and amazing commercials showing all the brilliant tech and features. But do you really need that? Just take the bike that you have. Honestly, the most important thing is the body position anyway. As long as that is alright, you are all good. Like really, if someone would just give me a BMW GS, I would not say no, but for 18,000 euros, no way. Nearly any bike is already capable of amazing things and has the possibility to give you the adventure of a lifetime. All the things you need is a bike and the will to do it. Your bike can take you almost anywhere you want it to, physically and in your mind. From the most beautiful landscape of Europe to inner peace. Speaking of inner peace, there's an amazing calmness in experiencing yourself and nature on a motorcycle and later finding shelter and cook in the evening. I think it's something that any motorcyclist should at least experience once in their lives. It's not just the ride, it's the places you see and the people you meet. Depending on your route, the open road can give you some of the most beautiful views imaginable and some of the most social places on earth. Bonus tip: being single can have its advantages on a trip like this, or maybe you have someone you can do this trip with together. But to be honest, it's really hard to find someone who is down for a trip like this. Maybe people initially say yes, but will bail as soon as plans become a bit more serious. It probably is just you and your machine, and that is fine. But it takes mental strength and a person of will to deal with and also appreciate the loneliness. Because on the open road there's a lot of time where it's just you, and that can be scary. But this loneliness can give you so much. It gives your head room to reflect, and also all the decisions are yours to make, which can be a freeing experience. Also, as I said before, on your trip you will probably run into some social places, and it's easier to socialize when you're alone. And trust me, sometimes you wish on your trip that people would just leave you alone.
Brother, not push you. Not push your brother. Give him the key.
Also, you can improve your riding in areas that are not accessible in your area. For example, I have to do at home a fair bit of driving until I can drive the first few curves. So on the open road I can satisfy my desires for driving over the one or other touristy road. Furthermore, you can make your ride about whatever you like, from driving the Trans-Europe Trail to making a trip with a supersport to the different racetracks of Europe. And while chasing the ride of your choice, you can experience the culture of the countries you pass. Experience how the language and the cheese change every few hundred kilometers.
Vielen Dank. Schönen Tag noch. Comme ça? Ok, ça marche. Estoy buscando un servicio de cadena.
And it's always a good idea to occasionally pull over and take in the surrounding and do a little bit of sightseeing. This also gives you the opportunity to take loads of pictures with you and your bike and the site of your choice, so you have a souvenir that remembers you of the adventures for years to come. Maybe get a little checklist of countries you want to visit with your motorcycle. I used to do that with surf beaches I wanted to surf at, and still try to continue that list. And just like with surfing on the open road, you can just follow the flow of nature, but with that also comes the constant exposure to said nature, and sometimes the sea can become rough. This can bring delightful adventure, like the challenge of riding through a sandstorm and feeling the sand creeping into the cracks of your helmet, but also some amount of misery from extreme heat to freezing for hundreds of kilometers on end. Just as well, the terrain itself can make you walk the edge of you and your bike's limits. And sometimes it can also make you overstep them. For example, after experiencing the sand dunes in the Sahara Desert, I managed to navigate sand quite well whenever I encounter it. Experiences like this can improve your bike control for the following road to come and back home. So, just get on your bike, the world is waiting for you, and have the ride of a lifetime. This video is now over, but if you're really into motorcycle travel videos and motorcycle videos, definitely consider subscribing and ringing the bell. I would really appreciate it. See you soon.